Hello everybody. We're going to go over real quick how these iSimulate kits are going to be set up for us, and it's going to be really simple. They're going to be set up in a bag like this. This should be self-containing. You should be able to run any scenario that you need. The first thing you need to do is start pulling everything out and kind of looking at it. All right, so the first thing I pulled out was the control iPad. It's got control on it, and if you notice, the color of it is orange, because this is going to be really important from this point on. We want to make for sure that everything else indicates orange on here. So we're going to set this over here. If you want to, go ahead and turn on your iPad. I would suggest that at the end of every class, I would turn your iPad off and charge it, and just leave it off. When you pull this one out of your bag, if you'll notice right here, it has the tag says orange. So that pairs this monitor with this control. The next thing is when you come back here to the back, you also see a little orange dot here. That's kind of, they mark it twice. You're going to pull out the router. And the router is also going to have orange on it. When you pair all this together, this will be orange router, this will be orange, and this will be orange. All of these will be paired up to the orange router. You do not want to pair, you don't want these attaching themselves to any other wireless network other than orange. And that's going to be really important if you want it to work, because otherwise it's not going to work. First thing we want to do is we want to get this on. I've got my control iPad booting up. There should be a power cord that goes with this router. If it is not, you can. There is an extra cord in the back of this, and see the end of it here. It's attached to this battery pack that's in the back. The battery pack is what generates power for this iPad here, and it can generate power for the router. The problem that I have with hooking the router up to that battery is that you're going to exhaust this battery before you run out of battery on your other iPad if it were at 100%. Because it's going to pull a right fair amount. There is a lightning cable in the back. If for whatever reason you find that your iPad has not charged, you can actually plug in your control iPad to this. The problem that you run into is when you've got two iPads and a router running together, you're really not going to get a very quick charge. It's probably just going to do more just to sustain operations more so than anything else. All right, so we've got these two. We're going to kind of keep this over separate. You're going to find a plug, just like an AC plug. You're going to plug this unit into a receptacle somewhere. It has been my experience that this is not a very long cord, so you may want to utilize an extension cord or a power strip. All right, remember, orange here, this is orange, and your router is going to be orange. All right, to make for sure that your router is on, you'll take your plug, your white plug that came with it, you'll plug it in, and you'll notice that when I plugged it in, this started flashing, this turned on white. That lets us know that this is now on. It's kind of been my experience with this is that it takes this a little while to kind of get booted up and going. and it just takes a while for everything to kind of marry up together. So this does not have to be right beside you or right beside either one of the iPads. As long as it's somewhere in the room, you should be okay. For right now, we're just going to lay this over here on the floor. All right, the screen's going to be locked. I'll put the access code in the blackboard so that you guys will know what the access code is to unlock the screen. Out of instinct, when all of us have smart devices, either iPad, Samsung, whatever, we instinctively want to go to the program and launch the program. The first thing we need to do on both of these is come to settings, hit settings, check your Wi-Fi connection, and it says iSimulate Orange Station. So that means that this iPad has paired with that white router that has the orange dot on it. And this would really be beneficial because we may have several simulations going on in building 15 or building 8, wherever we may be doing this at, or at the fire department somewhere. We want to make for sure that we're running on our own routers and not on somebody else's. All right, so we've got this connected. All right, so let's go ahead and check this one. Well, look at our. This is why you need a drop cord or power plug or a power strip. Just that quick. I mean, you don't really have a whole lot of extra to play with here. All right. You're probably going to see this in another one of the videos. This is going to be your volume. I really haven't had much luck with the volume, and this is supposed to be your power. I've not really had a whole lot of luck with the power. Just basically what I have had luck with it doing is making the screen go dark or come on. So my screen is dark, so I'm just going to hit it so I can see my screen. All right, if your screen is locked, especially with this one, you're not going to be able to hit the home button just because it is covered up with this cover. You actually will swipe up. If you need to if something happens with this monitor, and what you'll do, say for whatever reason iSimulate locks up and doesn't want to work right, you'll just take your hand, grab right here, and what it would do is it's the same thing as hitting the home button twice. All right, we're gonna make for sure we are tied into iSimulate Orange Station, and we are. If you are on campus, what I have noticed is these iPads all want to join up to the BCC Wi-Fi, and I'm assuming that's just because that's the preference that the college set it up with. It just may just be alphabetical order for all I know, but just come in here and check on both of these before you even get started that they're both tied into your Wi-Fi router. All right, put this right here, and this is how I get them set up. I put them right beside each other. All right, remember this was paired up to the iSimulate router that was orange. I'm going to come here. I'm going to hit iSimulate here. It's in the dock, and you see my screen that pops up. I'm going to hit Control on this one, and it's going to come up to my control station. Now the next thing that I need to do is I need to come here on this one and hit my iSimulate as well. And it says, please connect Realty Control on the control pad. So we're going to come back here. We've got this one opened up. We're going to hit Connect here, and iPad pops up. And this is, again, why it's important to make for sure that everything is tied up to that same router, because this iPad is going to be, this is the orange one, but your green one is going to say iPad. Your blue one is going to say iPad. If we had a pink one or a purple one, then they would all say iPad. So you want to make for sure that you're tied to the right network before you even get started. So we hit iPad here. I'm going to hit connect, and now we're good. It says control connected right here at the bottom. Lets us know that we're now connected. I'm now going to come here, and I have a couple of different options. I can either do cardiac arrest. I can do whatever I want to do. Let's start with our Zoll monitor. Now we can do Zoll monitor, we can do LifePak 15. Those pretty much are the choices that we have right now. We have a couple other options, but for the most part, this is what we use in the county. So this is what we're going to stick with. Now, when I hit the picture of the Zoll monitor, you see what has happened in the background here. This is now turned into a mock-up of a Zoll monitor. At this point, we can now start our scenarios and work on whatever we need to work on with our students. These buttons on this simulated Zoll monitor will behave identical to the buttons on an actual Zoll monitor. If I have a student who is not familiar with the Zoll monitor, I can actually come here to where it says monitor on my control iPad and actually change this to a different monitor. Once I got everything ready, I'll hit start. You'll see starts kind of flashing here. And now my scenario has started. What you notice is while it has started on this iPad here, on my control iPad, nothing is occurring on this monitor here. Nothing is going to happen on this monitor until I hit the power button, or until the student hits the power button. When the student hits the power button, the simulated monitor will then come on. If the student wants to print out something, you can actually there you go. Now that printed out a 12 lead on here. And there's a couple other things you can do on it, do with this on the back end to fine tune it if you want. If you need to sync, if the student needs to do synchronized cardioversion, they would hit the sync button and you see it shows up on your display. Come here to control. If it becomes too noisy for you to think, you can actually lower the volume of the students. There you go. You can actually control the volume of the student monitor. All right, so that does it for getting everything set up. We're going to have a couple more videos about how to create scenarios and kind of run them, as well as some YouTube videos that the guy from our realty has done as well. So hope this was beneficial to you guys. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. Thank you. Let's go over real quick how to take this down. What you'll need to do is, of course, now you can unplug it. Come here to your monitor. Grab right here at the base of your monitor. There's going to be a little place where you can kind of stick your finger right here. When you do that, you kind of see how things kind of tile out. Just close out your simulation program like that. That way it's not running in the background. It doesn't take up a whole bunch of memory, and it doesn't continue to burn your battery down. All right, I'll just hit this button right here. It'll kind of make your iPad go to sleep. And then the next thing is I'll just tuck my power cord back here in the back. I'm just sticking here. And just be careful, don't unplug anything back here. This is all set up for a reason, the way it is. We don't want to knock anything loose and us have to try and find a charger real quick. So I've unplugged this, and now I've got this taken apart. This will go into the back of our iSimulate, to the monitor, just like this. Coil your cords up. Now, one of the videos you're going to see, the guy is going to show how you can put your control iPad in the back of this thing. And I really don't encourage you to do that, because what we need to do, I would surmise, is that once we get all this kind of packaged up, we may want to charge all this up. Once we get back to the college and find this thing's home, we want to put everything back on charge and keep everything on charge, so that if we ever need to go do a quick scenario, we can. All right, all this will go into our bag. And here you go.